So this video it's from MK Ice and Fire. It's recorded in 4K, and he uploaded the full walkthrough of this game, 11 hours and 42 minutes. Um, what I'm going to do in this video, I'm just gonna briefly look at the beginning of the game to give you my thoughts and opinions on it. Even though I will play this on Monday when I'm able to play it through Game Pass, obviously. And then I will give you my, obviously, opinions as well as I'm playing through it myself. Because it's a one thing watching someone else play and then you playing it. It's a totally different vibe, different experience. But what this will do, this will give me some good idea how the first person it's implemented with a third person mode. So let's go ahead and let's do this. Now, this is fair use. I'm using this video as fair use. Of course, the credit goes to MK Ice and Fire, but I'm using it as a fair use where I'm looking at the video, pausing and doing my commentary just in the beginning of the gameplay. We're not gonna go obviously throughout this entire video, but we're just gonna look at the video in the beginning and kind of give you my thoughts and opinions. So this is fair use. That's all I'm doing. It's fair use over here. Okay. And if you don't know what the fair use is, well, then maybe you should do some study on that and learn about the fair use. All right. So I'm pretty sure you guys already have seen this. I'm pretty sure everyone has already watched this. But I want to just like briefly give you my point of view on what I think. I'm glad that he recorded this in 4K, so it will look really nice. He's using a PC version. And of course, PC version will always look the best. Of course, I'm sure the Xbox version will look good too, but I'm sure the textures will be more softer. PC version obviously will look the best. So keep in mind what you're looking at. It's a PC version. All right. On the Xbox, the mileage will vary. Now on the PlayStation 5 Pro, this could look even more detailed when it comes out on the PS5 Pro. So, but you know that's in April. All right, so let's press play. Let's see. Harrison Ford. Troy Baker doing the voice for. My name's Harrison Ford. All right, so he's doing what? Moderate difficulty. Okay.
We are walking the path of death. What of the curse? Superstitions, amigo.
Tranquilo. Ándale, ándale, ándale. Vámonos. All right. Can I be honest? Can I be just completely honest here? It feels like I'm like watching Far Cry. Like Far Cry 3. Honestly, it feels like it's a Far Cry 3 to me. Just like this. Look, you guys know how I feel about the use of first person. I don't like it. I think they should have made this a third person experience. But hey, fine. I'm gonna let it go. I guess sooner or later I'll have to let it go. But I still feel kind of bitter that they didn't at least give you a choice to choose between a third person and a first person. Anyway, Nothing better than Joel telling you to relax. Joel Miller. It's Troy Baker, the voice of Joel Miller, and of course Indiana Jones, Harrison Ford.
This was Forrestal's favorite.
Why did they leave these things behind?
I think they were intent on coming back.
Like I said, and look, I hate to bring this up every single minute, but I disagree with the developers. They should have, like Machina Games, you should have, at least at the very least, you should have given people a choice to choose a third person. Because I want to see the detail of my character. I was just looking at the cutscene and how beautiful the detail is on all the characters, man. It's really a shame that you have this graphics engine and it looks so beautiful, and then you're shying away from showing the detail of the characters. When I play a Tomb Raider, I can see Lara Croft at any given time, close up. I can zoom in, zoom out, check her out, and I just like, I feel like, wow, dude, like, why you know why not give that option of third person? There's something about seeing your character in this jungle, with a field of view, right? So you can get a better field of view. Uh, I don't know. I look. I stand by my statement. This should have been a third person, and I know I cannot be the only one that has said this, that has mentioned this. Okay, regardless of all these positive reviews and great reviews, that's fine and dandy. But I know deep down, a lot of people out there are feeling what I'm feeling. Like, hey, man, this should have been a third person experience. Look at this detail. Look how beautiful the detail is of these characters. Why not keep them in the third person?
Poison is still fresh, 3 days. Following us.
If they knew we were here, they would have killed us already.
So I guess this is from the Raiders of the Lost Ark. From what I understand, this game takes place between Raiders of the Lost Ark and The Last Crusade, right? So this is from the Raiders of the Lost Ark. So what you're seeing here is from the movie, you know. Um, okay, my first impressions are, yes, the graphics looks beautiful. It reminds me of Far Cry. There's definitely a little bit of Far Cry. I'm getting the Far Cry vibe. I'm also getting a little bit of Crisis, Far Cry 3 and Crisis. Honestly, I'm getting a vibe of Far Cry 3 and Crisis. So I'm getting like that kind of vibe, Far Cry 3 and Crisis. And again, nothing wrong with that. If this was in virtual reality, hey man, as I said on my previous video, no problem. Fine and dandy. It's virtual reality. But it's not a virtual reality. So why are we stuck with this first person point of view? Why not a third person? So I can see my character, my guy in its full glory, man. in a full glory. And look how beautiful that looks. No. I paused it here for a reason. I paused the video here for a reason. Look how beautiful that looks. And you trying to tell me that you don't want to see your character in its full glory, the gear and everything, and the jacket, the whip. You trying to tell me you don't want the field of view of this, to have a better field of view, to see your character in the third person? Come on, please. Don't tell me that you enjoy this first person experience. It's okay. Listen, you can still love this game. But just admit and say, yeah, they should have given you a third person option. That's all I want people to do. You can, same thing with you, Ryan McCaffrey. You can love this game. You can take you can have a shower with this game and put some shampoo and shower yourself with this game. You can love it all day long. You can make love to it. You can sleep with it in the bed and make love to it. Hey, fine and dandy, bro. Nothing against you loving this game. But at least admit, man. At least admit, Ryan McCaffrey, that at the very least they should have given us an option for a third person. The very least. The very least. The very least. Look at this. Are you trying to tell me that you don't want this? You don't want this third person experience? Come on, McCaffrey. Come on, Ryan. But I don't expect Ryan McCaffrey to admit that secretly he would have loved to see a third person. Because I get it, he can't say anything negative because he's sponsored by Xbox. He's a best friend with what's his name? The CEO of Xbox, Jesus Christ, what is his name? Did I just forget his name? Phil Spencer. Phil Spencer. Jesus Christ, I'm getting old. I'm getting old for this shit, man. Phil Spencer, right? So I get it why he will never say anything negative about anything Xbox, because he used to work for the official Xbox magazine. He's the best friend with Phil Spencer. I mean, put two and two together, okay? You don't have to be a brain surgeon to figure things out. It's kind of like presenting itself. It's obvious. It's obvious that he's shilling for Xbox. It's obvious that he's got that podcast unlocked to shill for Xbox. Clearly. So I get it. Fine. But deep down, I'm sure even Ryan McCaffrey, off the record, would have told me, hey, I would love to have a third person experience. Because looking at this right now, and I paused it for a reason, there's your proof right here. Right here. There's your proof. Why it looks so great in third person. Better field of view, better everything. But I digress. I guess I'm alone on this island. Anyway, let's continue. South America, 1936. I like how they pay the homage to Steven Spielberg and the close-up shots and wide shots and close-up shots and wide shots. Pretty good job. That's nice to see that. I'm sure Steven Spielberg is playing this game as we speak. um, and he's probably saying to himself, "Wow, gee whiz, technology has really advanced. Look at this, huh?" Especially with AI, artificial intelligence. Uh, Look, the graphics are great. Uh, I like the graphics. Looks great, but I do notice also that at times I notice some choppiness. That once in a while I see frame rate kind of like get choppy. Because I'm watching this in 4K. I do notice that, but yeah, the graphics are great. Listen, I have no complaint about this game as a game. The graphics looks great. The voice acting, everything's top notch. Like I said, my only complaint, and if I'm the only guy on this island to think like that, so be it. My only complaint is the lack of third person option. That's it.
The temple is up there, senor.
This is it. This is where Forrestal cashed in.
A friend of yours.
A competitor. He was good. He was very, very good.
Senor, nobody has come out of there alive. Please. You first, senor. Senor.
And every single time you have to cut to a cutscene to see what's going on with your character. Look, the more I'm watching this walkthrough, the more I realize just how badly they needed a third person mode. And like I said, I don't care if I'm the only guy on this island that it's bitching and moaning about a lack of third person. But man, me looking at this right now, watching this, I realize how badly we need the third person mode. And the absence of third person mode here, clearly you can see it, man. Clear as a day.
Stop. Stay out of the light.
You said he was very good.
He was. Just not good enough.
Are you?
Guess we'll find out.
Oh my god, this is really bothering me. I'm sorry, but here we go. I don't know, man. Look at this. Look the detail, how beautiful the detail is of the character. I tell you what, man, when I play this on Monday in the afternoon or in the evening, I think I'll be busy in the morning. Probably in the evening, we'll be playing this. Um, it really bothers me. Uh, it bothers me, and I think it will bother me as I'm playing this on Monday and Tuesday. Uh, just be prepared for me to bitch and moan because I will bitch and moan about this because it's just I have a difficult time just like uh, accepting this, that this is the way the game is. Because I'm thinking Far Cry, I'm thinking Crisis, I'm thinking Skyrim, Uh, I'm not like now. I'm thinking Indiana Jones. Like when he's like in a field of view of a third person, where there's a camera behind him, then I'm like, oh, this is Indiana Jones. Yeah, this is Lucas Arts video games. Lucas Arts video games interactive. Lucas Arts interactive, right? I know it's Machina Games, right? But it's also Lucasfilm, and it's a Disney. I get it, but like I said earlier, if it was a virtual reality, you put a VR headset on, hey, it's all good. Because that's the only way you can do Indiana Jones VR game. It's by first person perspective. But we're not talking about the VR. This is not a VR game. And I'm sorry, guys. I know people will dislike this video, and that's fine. You can hit a dislike as much as you want. I don't care. But I have to acknowledge this. You want to know how I feel with it? Well, that's how I feel. You want to know my feelings? Well, my opinions? Well, now you have it. It was honestly, it was just, I disagree with the decision. I disagree. Disagree. And I still stand by the statement that I made when they officially announced this game. I said, really? The whole thing will be in a first person mode? Come on. Because when it goes out of the cutscene into a first person mode, you lose all that field of view. Everything's kind of closer, and you lose the field of view. The whole idea of these type of adventure games is to see the field of view when you are climbing. Why do you think Uncharted was made in a third person point of view? Why do you think Tomb Raider from Crystal Dynamics and Naughty Dog, right, for the Uncharted and Tomb Raider with the Crystal Dynamics was a third person? It was a third person for a reason, because it makes sense. For here, it makes zero sense as why they took this approach. I'm sorry, guys, if you want to stop the video and leave. Hey, I get it, but I have to address this. Maybe developers will watch this video one day, and maybe they will realize maybe we should give people an option for a third person. Maybe on the PlayStation 5 Pro, they should give PlayStation users option of a third person mode, and it shouldn't take that long. They could work on it right now, and it could be ready for April.
hurry. There is nothing to fear here.
That's what scares me. That did it.
Why? Just why?
That's it.
This really bothers me, man. I'm sorry, guys. I just have a hard time, like,
That's how it's done.
every time it goes into this first person mode, I forget that I'm playing Indiana Jones. Now I know it's Indiana Jones. Now I know it's Indiana Jones. But every time it goes... look at this. Why can't you do a third person mode so you can see the rolling giant rock, or the rolling giant circular rock coming down behind you, so you can see your character running and you can see the giant rolling rock behind you? Why? Like I said, I know people will dislike this video because they enjoy this game. But man, I don't care if I'm the only man on this island. I still stand by my statement. I'm not changing my statement. It's still the same. This should have been in a third person. And I know it's going to bother some people watching this video. Oh my God, Mr. Forky, how many times are you going to say it? Well, if you don't like it, dude, stop watching the video and just walk away. Go watch someone else. But if you're gonna watch this video, if you're gonna sit through this video, you will listen to my complaints, because this made no sense. It made 0 sense why they took this approach. 0 sense. 0. Or maybe they don't know how to do a third person game. Maybe they don't know how to do a third person game. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe Bethesda should have hired a developer team who knows how to, like Crystal Dynamics. Bethesda, you should have hired. Okay, well, if I'm Bethesda, if I'm Todd Howard, guess who I'm hiring? Guess whom I'm hiring? Crystal Dynamics to work on Indiana Jones in a third person mode. But I digress. I digress.
Give me the whip.
Oh, this is really bothering me, man. Cutting back and forth between a first person and a cutscene. And don't you think this would have been better? A better field of view. A third person. You see more in a better field of view. You can see exactly what's going on. But no, we're gonna go back to Far Cry 3, and Crisis, and Skyrim. We're gonna go back to a first-person mode. The absence, the absence of a third-person mode really bothers me, guys. I'm sorry. I know you. I know you're not going to like this video. That's okay.
America. Still in America.
Man I knew 10 years ago. I learned to hate you in the last 10 years. Well, where the hell were you?
So I can see the rolling circular rock behind Indiana. It has to be in a first-person mode. I'm shaking my head. Oh, is he having a dream? So he's just having a dream, I see.
Orders. Wait. The devil.
It's the Candy Man. Tony Todd, may he rest in peace. He recently passed away.
Damn kids. Someone's getting expelled tonight.
Troy Baker did a good job. Oh, he's a great voice actor. Even here, can I be honest? Even here, it doesn't feel like Indiana Jones game. Every time you go into the first person perspective, it just doesn't feel Indiana Jones, man. It just feels like a different game. It feels like I'm playing a different game. Some kind of a survival horror now. It looks like I'm playing a survival horror game now. And I know people will get tired of me repeating the same old, same old. But you'll have to hear it as many times necessary. Maybe one day developers will decide, hey, maybe we should give people a third person option. Maybe. Maybe. Hopefully, one day. Totally unnecessary, man, to have this thing on in a first person mode, man. All right, Candy Man. I always remember him as a Candy Man. But also remember him. I also remember Tony Todd in Michael Bay movie, The Rock. Remember in the Alcatraz, Ed Harris, Sean Connery, Nicolas Cage. What a great movie, right? The Rock. So he was in The Rock, the movie. If you haven't seen The Rock, what are you waiting for? Go watch it.
All right, pal. You can't sleep here. Who the hell are you?
All right, I just want to say once again, my deepest condolences to the Tony Todd's, family. How old was Tony Todd, man? Was he 68? Still young, man. Still young. Man, we've been losing a lot of great talent, man. It's, and this reminds me, I'm getting old, man. I look at Tony Todd, he was 68. May he rest in peace. May he rest in heavens. And then I look at myself, man, I'm getting old, Do I think about the death? I mean, yeah, kind of, because I'm getting older. I'm thinking, hey, man, you know, uh, I'm almost 46, man. How am I gonna make it till 50, and then God, 60? So I wonder about it. I do. I mean, I try to take care of myself, but my life this year has been just, it's been just. I can't even talk about it, man. It's been just brutal, man. Can't wait for this year to be over, man. Anyway, let's continue.
You asked for it. Whatever you're up to, pal, it ends now.
Oh, this is ridiculous. Are you trying to tell me that you are okay with this? You're okay with this whole first person perspective?
You back a punch, guy.
Is that the best you got?
Don't mess with the candy, man. Lesson learned. Indiana. And the Great Circle.
Indiana? I'd wondered where you'd got to. What happened?
Where did he go?
Who?
The giant.
I didn't see any giant.
I caught someone breaking into the museum. He was tall. He took something.
Well, did you see his face?
Scarred. Dark skin. He spoke some form of Latin.
Latin? Well, that is a novelty.
Come on, Marcus. We need to find out what he took.
Yes, righto. This display case has been ransacked. Is there anything missing?
Let's have a look.
We should look around for the exhibits that were in this display.
Ancient Egyptian, obviously. A depiction of Bastet. Bastet statue goes in the Egyptian section.
Looks right, indeed.
funerary mass, Brody.
Is that solid gold?
Funerary mass goes here.
Crap.
Terracotta. Likely Babylonian out of Iraq.
I think I've seen enough. 17 minutes of this video. I think I've seen enough what I needed to see. Look, and it's been, what, 42 minutes now. It's been a long video. Look, I know that people like this game. It's Indiana Jones. Troy Baker's in it. I get it. But I'm just having a difficult time accepting like this perspective of a first person. It doesn't work, man. It just doesn't work. You know, this would have been so much better in a much better field of view, third person mode, where you can see where you can see more around this. Like this this whatever this is, museum right here. You're kind of limited like to what you can see. When you are in a third person mode, you got wide range of field of view. So from this, you've got this. So from this, you got this. Right? From this, you got this. And it would be just perfect for this type of a game, because this game, it's about puzzles, looking at the puzzles. In the first person mode, it's hard to do these puzzles because you have to you're kind of narrow, you know, with a much wider field of view, like in Tomb Raider and Uncharted. You have more wider field of view to see what you need to see. Listen, first person works great for certain type of games, but not for this one. I'm not totally against first person point of view, but for this game, it just doesn't work for me, man. What I have seen here, I mean, yes, the cutscenes are nice, but it gets annoying. Like, you know, the cutscenes look beautiful, graphics looks beautiful, and then you jump into this narrow first-person mode, and it's kind of like just, it's cheap. Cheap. Very cheap. And I know some of you will disagree with me, and that's okay. My whole point is, the very least, developers should have at least given us a choice of a third-person mode to select. And the fact that it's not here, you know, it's just... It feels like I'm playing a different game. Like, I don't feel like I'm playing Indiana Jones like right now.
This. Ugaritic letters.
They must be from rough shamans. Ah, well done, Indiana. So, is everything back?
Not quite.
Or what's missing? SW. 003. What was that?
Seaway expedition. He took the cat mummy, Marcus. But why?
The thief may have left a clue to their identity.
Yeah. Let's keep looking.
And then you go back to this narrow first-person view. Anyway, I think I said enough. And you know, of course, I will play this myself on Monday. And we can talk about it on Monday. I want to hear what you guys have to say. To hear your opinions about this. Because I know that the game, it's getting great reviews right now, and that's awesome. That's great. But at the same time, I also feel that this game would have benefited even greater if it had a third person option. I just don't think this game in a first person works that well. Honestly, I think this game was always meant to be a third person. Like I said, if I'm the only guy on this island that feels that way, so be it. So be it. You know, if I'm the only guy on this island who feels that way, so be it. But I'm pretty sure I cannot be the only guy. I'm sure there's other people out there who feel the same way. Man, yeah, the graphics are nice, the voice acting, all that, great. The story, great. But come on, this idea of a first person and the absence of third person. Come on, man. Anyway, but listen, this is just my opinion. The reason you spent 48 minutes to watch this video, it's because you want to hear what I have to say. So this is my opinion. I have my own opinions. They're mine. My opinions shouldn't affect your experience of this game. This is just the way I feel. If people want to know what I think, well, this is what I think. This is my honest opinion. And I disagree with developers. I think this game should have never been first person. This game should have always been a third person. From the beginning. I mean, I don't know whose idea was to make this game a first person. You know. But anyway. I digress, right? Because if you look at Uncharted, if you look at Tomb Raider, it works. And why it works? Because these types of adventure games, action adventure games, are designed to be in a third person perspective, not in a first person perspective. And that's why they were so successful. Why do you think Uncharted is so successful? Why do you think Tomb Raider is so successful? Why do you think Naughty Dog in Crystal Dynamics is so successful with the Uncharted series and Lara Croft Tomb Raider series reboot with Crystal Dynamics? Why do you think they're so successful? Because it makes sense to have it in a third person mode. This here doesn't make any sense to me. And that's my opinion, and I'll mention this when I'm playing the game. People probably think, oh, you'll probably change your opinion once you start playing the game. I don't think so. Because I already see what it is. It's not going to make much of a difference, me, controlling the character or not controlling the character. I already got the perspective of what this game is all about and how it's going to be for 11 hours and 42 minutes. So I already know what I need to know looking at this, But anyway, that is my opinion. And this was a presentation of MK Ice and Fire. I'm using this as a fair use. So everybody out there who's wondering, well, you spent 19 minutes of his video. Well, his video, it's 11 hours and 42 minutes. I only was watching 19 minutes of his video in the beginning, and it's been mainly me pausing and doing analysis, doing an analysis as a fair use. And if YouTube wants to review this video, which I'm sure they will review it, they will see that this is fair use. And that's all I'm doing. It's fair use. If MK Ice and Fire sees this video, just so he understands, it's just a fair use. I'm just doing an analysis because I don't have the game. I'm doing an analysis, looking at the beginning of the video of the game, 19 minutes, and giving my analysis and my opinions and thoughts. And that's it. It's a fair use, okay? And other than that, well, that's all there is. Fair use, fair use. Thank you for watching. And maybe with a PlayStation 5 Pro version in April, maybe, keep my fingers crossed, maybe developers from Machina Games, maybe they will realize, hey, I think we should give people a third-person option, you know? And that would be even better. That would be even greater for PlayStation owners. Not only are they going to play this game on the best possible powerful PS5 Pro console to take the full advantage of the graphics, but at the same time, they would get a third-person option as well. But that's just a wishful thinking, right? Just a wishful thinking. I don't think they'll do that. I think they already made their decision a long time ago. This is how they want this game to be. And especially now that they're getting praise, that they're getting great reviews, and the game is already successful, I don't think they're going to change anything. Especially listening to this geezer like me. I don't think they care. But anyway, you wanted to hear my opinion. That's my opinion. That's how I feel. And that's what I think. Thank you for watching.